Sure, I smoked weed when I was young. It was how we rebelled against the man, and it was fun. Then life changed. Family, responsibilities, and breaking the law didn't seem like such a good idea. Well, now it's legal. The medical benefits are widely known, but it's all mass produced. Just not my style. Then I discovered Elevated by Claudine. Elevated by Claudine, a locally owned, female owned alternative medicine practitioner in the Union Crossing Shopping Center in Glendale. Elevated by Claudine is 100% unique, a CBD, mushroom, and plant medicine store on a mission. Everything is locally sourced and ethically made, where everything you purchase promotes holistic wellness. I've come to trust Elevated by Claudine as I travel my spiritual and wellness journey with the help of plant medicine, custom made just for me. Get the whole story at Elevated by Claudine, spelled CLAUDENE.com.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products. Please use these products responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Okay, where did we go? There we are.
Yay! I like that ad.
Do you? Thank you. I do too. I think it's absolutely adorable.
Yeah, it's like yeehaw.
I know,
Like,
right? I know.
cool.
He has
They're-
the voice of Casey Kasem. It's an old American DJ. He used to do what we called the countdown back when I was little.
It sounds like the Wild West. I like that stuff. It's cool.
Yeah. He did a good job. I thought I was very honored when he came to me and said, "I wrote you a commercial."
I love it.
I stood straight up. I'm like, "You what?" We need to talk. Well, welcome in to Anne and Claudine's live. We are here just talking live about we're going to do the adrenals today and the fascia. And we are just two ladies who just like to talk about everything and anything that comes across our mind pretty much. We have had these conversations for many, many years now. We're going on like 6 years of working together. We're actually going to have a 6-year reunion after the first of the year. So it will be going on our 7th year. That's crazy, huh?
So crazy. I've
It's so
known
crazy.
you and I've known my boyfriend for that long.
I know you just met him when you and I had become friends.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just have this conversation between each other. She's in Australia. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we just talk about the things that we that interest us. And we are very much interested for sure in metaphysics and energy and anything out of the abnormal. And we really love talking about the body and our experiences that we've been through. This show is for entertainment purposes only. What we talk about is we take it very serious, but it is for entertainment purposes, and it's for those who have the eyes to see it and the ears to hear it. We are not doctors. Don't even work in the medical field. We don't know anything about the medical field. We just talk from our own perspective and our own experiences. Anecdotal is what I like to say. And I am a healer here in Phoenix. I have a healing facility where I help people get off of pharmaceuticals, street drugs, and alcohol onto plant-based medicine. I help them overcome their trauma, basically, and get them coming home back to themselves. And these are the things that I practice. I do feel I'm pretty disciplined. My circle's small because I don't know very many people who don't flow like me, like Anne. She's another very disciplined person too. And she's very good at energy. Energy reader is what I would say. And I'll go ahead and let you talk about you for a second, and then we'll get into talking about our stuff today.
Okay. I'm disciplined, but I'm not as disciplined as you. No, not even close. And I still find my sugar. I just like trade it all for all natural sugars. Like if I'm gonna eat sugar, I'm gonna eat agave or palm, like just it has to be natural sugar that the body knows how to break down. No preservative.
Recognizes.
Yeah, no processed. Yeah, that recognizes no processed sugars. I absolutely will not touch that stuff. But anyway, I'm Anne. I live in the Gold Coast in Australia, and I work my daytime. My normal job is waitress. I work in a Thai restaurant. I'm a mom, and I've known Claudine for a very long time, like she said, and worked with her and work with her. And yeah, I'm really good at reading energy. I see it. I can just see energy. I don't know why, but everything just like has come alive for my eyesight. So sometimes I don't even realize that what I'm seeing is not what everyone else is seeing. So I've had to learn how to be more aware and conscious of that. Like sometimes I've seen ores coming out of people, and I'm just like, oh my God, they look so beautiful. Like they just have this big, bright, angelic aura. And then, like, it's because they're dying. So I see the aura, but everyone else sees the sick person. So I have to be aware because sometimes people are like thinking I'm being insensitive because I'm so happy because I see this beautiful aura and they're all like sad because their person's dying. But I'm like, oh, it's because they're dying. Beautiful. So, but yeah, that's me. I kind of always I kind of think I've always kind of been this way in my upbringing. Like I grew up so different, in a cult, and um that was like all spiritual based kind of stuff. So I guess I've always been like in environments where the spiritual world was an important part of my life. Like I was being taught it, but I had to learn how to recognize it and understand it for myself. That's what I will say. Because I grew up in a cult, and like part of my life, my everyday life, and it was talked about, and I witnessed things and I saw things. But as a child and as a teenager, like the last thing I wanted any part of is God and spirituality and praising God and praying to Him. I just wanted to go and live and like everybody else. And that was my mission. And that's all I concentrated on. So spirituality was like very, very closed off for me in my life because of my upbringing. I did not want to hear about it or know about it. If people came to me about the church or, oh, come to my church, I would just be like, mm-mm. Like, no, thank you. But I was always very like, I always had dreams. I would always get strange feelings, and they would more or less psych me out and make me, I guess I would say, a little bit crazy in a way because I feel things so strongly, and I would like not understand that no one else could, but I would be like, but like I just have to speak it when it's happening. But then everyone else around you's going, hey, but that's not the way it is, and I'm like, but it is. So it was kind of like always a part of me, but I didn't understand it. So as time went on, I just like, let's just shut it off. Let's not have this side be a part of my life, and let's just be nice and normal. But I guess it was a stronger calling in my life because it just was always there. Like my psychic side is just very, very strong in me. Like when I went through my breakup with my ex-husband, everything that was going to happen, just I would hear it, I would see it, and I would just know. And like it was really like apparent. So I'm like, hey, wait a second, like what's happening here? So then I kind of like delved a little bit more into that side of me and try to understand it better. And yeah, and then that gets tricky in itself because the spiritual world is its own domain and us as humans going into that domain, we have to learn that we should be a little bit careful. Like that's why the Bible teaches us, and that's why they do the whole spiritual thing of pray to Jesus and do it that way. Like keep your energy to just praying to Jesus, and Jesus will help you. And because it's like a nice kind of a nice safe way, I guess, to be spiritual. Just stay in the Jesus root, and kind of keeps your energy at that level.
I think it's part of the brainwashing that we've been under here in America, and
Most
I
likely.
and I have to address this, and that most Americans, a huge percentage of them have no clue that they're being brainwashed. They have no idea. I mean, their children are being sent to American schools, and I don't know if you know this, But in America, every morning before we even started school, we have to do the Pledge of Allegiance with our hand over our heart.
Do you at school?
We still have to do this. They've, you know,
In
let's talk
Thailand,
about this. I want to talk about this for a minute, okay? Because Americans have no idea. Well, some of them do. I know some of them are aware of this, of our behavior and how wrong it is because we have been trained. But my daughter travels around the world, as you know, and she goes to Europe. She's in Europe 4 or 5 months out of the year, and she loves to go to Ireland. That's her spot. And she was in a pub, and the guy goes, "You Americans sure do love that national anthem song. Every chance you get, you guys sing it." And
I
she's
agree.
like, "A national anthem it's a song that we always have to sing no matter what opening ceremony.
Yeah.
Even if you go to your son's little league soccer club or
Yeah.
soccer club or soccer game, you have to sing the national anthem. When you go to school here, you have to pledge the allegiance to the flag." So our brainwashing is enormous, and it's crazy when other state and other countries, they laugh at us because of the propaganda that we buy. They're like, "You buy into every single bit of propaganda that comes out of your TV and your radio." And they sure
Oh,
do.
most
That's what
people.
I'm surrounded around. That is exactly what I'm surrounded around all the time. So it's,
See,
yeah, the brain.
In Thailand, they do the national anthem um, every single day at like 6 o'clock and 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And it will be blasted from like all the streets, like the main city. And most people will stop when it's playing out of respect. If you're in the movie theater before you watch a movie, the national anthem comes on and you have to stand up in the movie theater. Like it's very
That's
disrespectful.
brainwashing. So you guys are just as
I
brainwashed
know.
as we are.
I know, but the thing with Thailand, it's the like the people that live there, it's a respect thing. The people that live there, that's our land. So we're kind of like paying respects to our land. That's what the national anthem, but it's our land. But Americans, it's not your land. Like it's like if the Red Indians were still living there and they play the national anthem and they all stop for their country because it's their land. That's what our song is about. It's about the land and it's our land and but that is our actual land. Like we haven't taken it over from someone. That's our
No, exactly.
ancestors
Yeah.
lived there. So it's very like I understand why you should pay respects to your land if it's your land. But Americans, no, that kind of is. I noticed that too. You Americans, like all the celebrities will like try and sing the national anthem, like almost like to see what notes they can get and like but it's always a national anthem. It's like hey and you don't do that in Thailand. The national anthem is very sacred, like it's very respect you da 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 and you like it's like all like royal and stuff, but you don't see celebs get on stage and start singing it like
Yeah,
part of their
yeah,
repertoire and thing.
it's all about being patriotic out here, and as you know, I am far from being patriotic. This is not
I wonder who
the
came up with it. I wonder if the Freemasons came up with it and you're doing some kind of
of
like
course they did. We're pledging allegiance
to the Freemasons.
to the red, white, and blue, which is draconian. Hello, which team you want to be on? The red team, the white team, or the blue team? That, that's
Oh
how
my
I
god,
look
it's
at
so
it. And I know these are, and
true.
I know that and I speak my truth. And
Mhm.
no, you won't catch me. No, you won't catch me on a patriotic day when
Oh.
I don't participate, I'm called a Nazi. I've been called all kinds of names, girl, all kinds of names, because I'm just like, I'm not doing, because when I said I'm not doing that no more, I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna pledge allegiance to myself. Me.
Yeah, I'd be the same. It's pretty silly. I don't know. I think they kind of make a mockery of it in a way. For me, that's how I find it. Like Beyonce, a lot of her costumes were like based on the flag. Like she had this one dress and it was like the American flag. Like she was dressed in the American flag. And I just thought like in Thailand you could not you would be put in jail if you did that. Like it is like the flag, the king, the royal family, not so much them anymore, but the flag, the, anything that's like from the land is like sacred. Like when it's being played, when it's being used, everyone stands, and you would never wear the flag on stage with your tits hanging out singing some, freaking rap song. Like, no way. Like, you would be probably beheaded if you did that in Thailand. It's all very like sacred stuff and respected, highly respected. Like, it's like the Bible. Don't stand on the Bible. Like, it's that kind of stuff. But in America, I find it's almost like a mockery. Like, they're wearing the flag. It's all in diamantes. They're riding it. It's like, what the hell? That's your flag. Like, what is all this? I don't know. It's almost like showy. It's like so in your
I
face.
know.
This
I know.
the American flag.
I
And
know. And then
yeah, I
they
don't
send
know.
men to, war
Not very
to
respectful.
fight for that flag. And it's so sad because so much blood has been shed because of this. And it's just not fair because they should have never have died. There was no reason to die. Like, war doesn't work. So I don't think it does.
No,
I think
absolutely. They didn't win.
all it,
Look at the Vietnam War. America didn't win.
yeah,
Like
no,
the Gulf War,
I
America
know.
didn't win it. Like,
Nobody wins.
like every time they don't win it.
They conquer. They conquer.
So,
That's it. They conquer and divide, conquer and divide. That's all war does. And it brings a lot of heartache to a lot of families. And that's just how I feel.
mm.
And I come from a strong,
What?
strong military family. There was a time when I was extremely patriotic. I mean, I'd be offended if, the same thing, if you didn't stop and, paid respects to the flag and everything else. Because like I said, I come from a long, as you know, and I come from a long line of military men. But I have to stand proud and say, I broke that cycle. 4 boys and not one went into the military. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Let's not even talk about that.
Did they? Did they go to like? No, no one
No,
wanted to.
my one son did this ROC type deal military thing, and he thought he wanted to for a minute because he like wanted to help uphold my, the tradition in my family. And then I was just like, you don't need to do that. I go, times are different now. I go, no, no, I'm not sending. I think it was a normal feeling for me not wanting to send my children somewhere where it was unsafe. To me, that was that's normal. To other women, no, it's completely okay to send your children somewhere where it's not safe. You know what I mean? Like the brainwash is that thick here. So, but for me inside, I've never forced them or pushed them or no, I thought the uniforms were completely uncomfortable. And the only thing I probably thought was cool about
Yeah.
it would be the boot camp because of how they get so fit. You know what I mean? But that's about it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
that's
let's go
scary.
start the show. And we're going to talk about adrenaline or your
Adrenal glands.
adrenal glands, whatever. I think they're the same thing, aren't they? Are they making you sick?
I think so.
So, could your adrenal glands be the hidden reason you're feeling tired, sick, or just not yourself? And that is something that is that to look at. Um, we're going to dive into one of the most overlooked keys to health. And I'm going to show you how to get them back online so your whole body can heal. And we're going to teach a little bit of stuff that we do to get ourselves back online. And why do they matter? Why do the adrenal glands, why do they matter? And where are they? Well, they sit right on top of your kidneys. I was trying to get a picture, but I couldn't print a picture, but I guess I can get one on my phone. But they kind of remind me of the gallbladder and the liver in a way.
So do you only have 2 adrenal glands?
Yeah, you've got 2 of them. Let me get it. Let me see if I can find an image. The one I had that I wanted to print, but it wouldn't print, was pretty good. And here we go. Let's see. Here's a little bit of a picture of the kidneys and the adrenals, right? Oh, shoot. I lost it. There we go. You see?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they look like little kidneys.
Yeah, they just sit.
Or they're
Yeah,
on
they're
top of the
just sitting on top of the
kidneys.
kidneys. Yeah, they're sitting right on top of the kidneys.
Right. Yep. Yep.
And it just kind of remind me of the gallbladder and the kidney or the liver. You
A
know how the
little bit.
gallbladder is real small, it's on top. Yeah, kind of like the same concept there.
Mhm.
But they sit on top of your kidneys. They're small but mighty. Think of them like a spark plug to your body.
Well, they kind of
Um,
are.
Huh?
They kind
They
of are.
are. They are. Yeah, they really are.
So is
They're
that what
attached.
lets out the adrenaline inside your body? Those 2
Mhm.
little. Okay.
They're attached to your sympathetic, yeah, nervous system. That's your fight or flight system.
Mm-hmm.
When your adrenals, when they work properly, they signal your kidneys to filter out metabolic acid waste, your poop.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your heart beating. They're the pump to your heart while your heart beats.
Mm-hmm.
Help regulate your breathing and even control how your muscles contract and relax. So it's all about the contracting, the relaxing, the contracting, the relaxing. The fight and flight. They control all of that. Your adrenaline, the way you feel when something happens, when you hear something good or something bad, you know what I'm talking about? You get that adrenaline rush.
Absolutely, for sure. It's kind of making a lot.
Yeah. And when they get fatigued, they go down and your kidneys slow down. And when the kidneys slow down, your lymphatic system stops filtering the junk. Which causes a gunk buildup. Filtering your junk, your waste, your toxins, your dead cells. That's what your lymphatic system does, right? It flushes all that stuff out. So it's a chain reaction. Yeah, it really is a chain reaction between your lymphatic system, your kidneys, and your adrenaline. So without proper lymph flow, that waste just sits in your tissues, creating inflammation, acidity, dead, and eventually disease. So, and you're fatigued. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I've got fatigue. I suffer from fatigueness. I've got fatigue." Well, looking at looking at that system is really important. And what weakens them is stress. Stress is a huge factor right here. And trying to control everything. When you're trying to, stress is part of, if you're a control freak, you're a stressed out person. Don't you? I mean, that's what
Most of us are, but most of us are like this matrix kind of makes you stressed out from while you're young. Like you even see kids are stressed out. Like they go to school and they have all the stresses of their test and their life, and like it's just a stressed out generation, all of us that live like in this kind of like environment. But for sure,
it's a fight and flight. It's the whole reason why, because we're brainwashed the way that we are brainwashed to live. We're in survival mode all the time, stress mode, go, 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 go. Work a job that you don't like, just rush to do everything, to live up to a certain standard, to have certain clothes, to have certain, all the way to your phone. You know what I mean? It's just all about the judgment, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone's so scared. Yeah. It's a trickle effect, all of this stuff that's put on us causes stress. And it forces to pump out cortisol nonstop. So They do control your hormones,
Mhm.
especially a cortisol,
Mhm.
nonstop until they can't keep going. It's called adrenaline. No, oh no, cortisol. There's a word for it. It'll come to me. It'll come. Cortisol resistance.
Mhm.
Yeah, it causes cortisol resistance. And if anyone doesn't know what cortisol is, it's a hormone. It's your fat hormone, it's your stress hormone.
Stress
And that,
hormone.
and that's what they do. Yeah, they regulate that.
Yeah.
And either too much cortisol or not enough throws your whole hormone balance off,
Mhm.
impacting your neurotransmitters in your brain.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's really, and this is going to be a fun one to talk about. So dehydration without enough clean water, your adrenals will overwork. They'll have to get overstimulated.
Mhm.
Let me get my
With
drink.
without enough what did you say?
Yeah, hydration is key. It really is. It's key on this one. Um, Processed food and red meat, they overstimulate them too, especially red
Yeah.
meat.
I seen this. I follow this doctor. I think he is like he's European or something, but he does all this like different kind of like he likes to talk. He does health, but like from a different, I don't know, a different perspective. But he said he was talking about red meat, and he said that's probably why people who eat lots of red meat are so skinny after just eating red meat because it makes your adrenal glands just pump like like MFs, like they
It,
that it gets them going so full on. And he
yeah,
said that's probably why red meat makes you skinny. It's not the red meat; it's your adrenal glands just going like full steam. But,
it'll the red meat creates more acid waste.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then processed food will do the same thing too. It's really bad.
Interesting. Mm.
Yeah. A lack of rest and fun. Your body needs joy and recovery and time to heal. Because we're so much in distress, and and that pushes your cortisol. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why I stopped drinking coffee because I know coffee will stimulate these things, and it's hard like when you have high cortisol levels and you're
Mm-hmm.
like come like you have your body actually has to like detox the cortisol out of your body. But if you're trying to detox that out, but you're drinking coffee, like coffee naturally stimulates all that kind of stuff. And I noticed like a lot of my blockages weren't budging when I was drinking, like continuously keep drinking coffee first thing in the morning. It was just stimulating everything the wrong way and would heal. So, but ever since I came,
That's adrenal fatigue. You have
yeah.
adrenal fatigue, you drink
Hmm.
coffee thinking you need that caffeine, but coffee is acidic, just like
Hmm.
red meat.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying coffee is bad. Get off the coffee. Just minimize it because coffee also, if it's used properly, because it is a plant, um, in small amounts is also good as a diuretic.
Hmm.
So you just have to know how to dose that caffeine is that coffee and where
Yeah.
you're getting your coffee and what kind of coffee you're getting. But
Yeah.
if you suffer from adrenal fatigue, you got to get off the coffee. That's going to work against you.
It
That's
will.
not.
And
Yeah.
high cortisol levels, another
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
If you have high cortisol levels and you're trying to like get detox them out of your body and get out of like draw like toxic situations will create like high cortisol levels too. So if you like got out of that, but physically you're trying to like detox all of it out of your body, if you're drinking coffee, it's not gonna help with those cortisol
No, it's
at
just
all.
gonna, yeah, it's gonna just,
It's
actually,
gonna
it's gonna
continually
probably make you
happen.
fat. It's probably gonna
Yeah,
make you fat. You're gonna gain, or you're not
yeah.
gonna be able to lose weight. And again, cortisol resistance. Cortisol
Yeah.
resistance means
Yeah.
it shoots out that cortisol constantly. You're just
Yeah.
spiking it up, spiking it up, spiking it up.
It's no good. It's no good.
No,
My acupuncturist said about coffee. I remember I was listening. One lady asked him, because she loved her coffee, and he said, "Just drink your coffee like you take medicine." Like, and it made a lot of sense to me. Like, you don't just take a ton of medicine. Like you portion, like you said, your medicine. You take a certain amount for how you feel, and so that made sense to me. Like, yeah, take it
the
like you.
dosing, yeah, the dosing is very important.
Yeah, for sure. Not just like 10 cups a day. Like that's no good for anyone.
No, it's not. It's not. Everything in a moderation, really, honestly, except for processed food should never. No, nobody should ever put processed food in their body. But, you know, a lot of people do, and it's okay. They do that. That's fine. It'll catch up to them eventually. I'm seeing that a lot with a lot of clients that are coming in here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
processed food is no good. That's
Mm-mm.
definitely or fast foods like yeah, I wouldn't put any of that stuff in my body whatsoever. That's just
Yeah.
not going to put down or anything. But
Yeah.
people,
No, but that's, it's hard. It's hard for them to get off of things that that they're so used to and just the way that they are. Um,
and also people's lifestyles, I think, are so like busy and hectic, and we don't put a lot of time into what we put into our bodies because it's like, you know, I guess in a lot of people's minds, it's not that important. It's about filling the hole, filling the space so you can go on with your day and have energy. But people aren't, putting much here into what goes into there and how
mhm.
it affect up here. So I think lifestyle is a big one, but I do believe that once you become conscious of it, and if you really want to like become like more healed and stuff with the gut, you find time for it and you find the money for it too. Like, I don't have a lot of money, but I seem to find money to put into the products that I put into my body, and and always be able to have them. Like, I always have a good olive oil to drink because I find olive oil to be really, really good for getting my lymphatic system moving, and all my joints just seem to move better and everything. But if you're going to be drinking olive oil like that, you want to have like a good, it's because what I heard is they can say that it's olive oil, but it's actually mixed with some other kind of oil, and it's not full 100%, but on the labels they can say it is. So for me, I find health food shops to be really, really good for that kind of stuff because, if they're saying that it's good and legit, and even if the pricing is a little bit higher, it's going to be good stuff for your body. So
Do your
I
research on your oil, yeah, on your oils and your salts, big time. Those are the two, and we're going to talk about the salts here pretty soon.
but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you got to do your research on those. Like I always thought that sunflower oil, is good. I mean,
yeah,
sunflowers are like the sun's number one energy.
yeah. But
You know
it's a
what I
seed
mean? Like
oil.
it's an amazing flower for energy. I mean, it's the sun. It is the sun. It's just but they are making a lot of synthetic sunflower oils out there now. So you have to be really careful on what
Well, it's the seed, isn't it? You
Huh?
seed oils are no good. You should stay
Yeah.
away from seed oils.
Yeah,
That's like
seed
drinking
oils.
gasoline. You want
Mhm.
to stick to like olive oil, coconut oil. I use one that's a rice bran oil. So if you want to like fry your foods at a higher level, apparently that's supposed to be better for your body because olive oil is good for you to eat, but it's not good for you once you bring it up past a certain heat level. It becomes toxic to the body. So that's where oils get tricky. But
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Now, I always just say, because I'm an extractor, I use oils a lot. I have a lot of plants that are oil soluble, and I just use avocado oil because you can go up to 500 degrees with that without it even changing any of the properties of the components in it. So I
Okay.
just use avocado oil pretty much across the board. I do have some really good olive oils though that I do use because I do like to make salads and I make my own salad
Mhm.
dressing.
I love
So
all.
yeah, yeah, there is some olive oils that I do. I do use it a little bit, but mostly I just use avocado oil just because it's simple. I can, if I'm doing an extraction, if that thing's going to sit there for 3 hours or sometimes even 15 hours, my pot or whatever I'm doing is not going to get up to 500 degrees. It just doesn't. There's no way. But okay, so the signs of having adrenal fatigue is constant fatigue even after sleeping. If you wake up and you feel like you want to go right back to sleep, I've had this before. I have suffered from this before, so
Oh,
I know.
I have
Oh,
definitely.
I have. So I know exactly what it is.
I think my whole
Brain,
this.
huh?
I think my
What?
whole marriage was adrenal fatigue.
Adrenal fatigue. Yeah, stress. Because it was when I was living a high stress life. When I was trying to keep up with everybody, trying to fit in. And that was probably one of my biggest problems I had as being a human on this planet was just always trying to fit in. But yeah, knowing that like what they did, I don't know. I tried to fit in, but it I was going against my morals and my values, on a lot of things. So it causes a lot of stress. But you'll get brain fog. That's another sign. Brain fog is in so many different types of conditions that we have, though. But brain fog is one of them. Feeling overwhelmed by small things.
Hmm.
Um, just like having to get up and take a shower
Hmm.
can be overwhelming, or just having to get up and clean your house or do your dishes are
Hmm.
overwhelming. And I
Hmm.
remember feeling that way. Gosh, I remember that.
Hmm.
Especially when I was a mom of five children at home. I remember
Oh, absolutely.
everything was just such a big deal to me. I remember that if anyone's kid was sick or if anyone was sick, don't come to my house. Stay away. I get
Oh my
so freaked out
God.
if
Definitely
anyone
have
was sick.
fatigue.
Yeah, because it wouldn't go through my house twice. Sometimes it'd go through 2 or 3 times. So with
Hmm.
5 children, that was a lot of having to detox everything out and get, oh gosh. Eh.
When kids
Anyways,
get sick, it's hard work.
oh yes, yes, yes. I was a very busy, busy woman most of my life. They still keep me busy even though they're adults. Um, okay, another one is mood swings and anxiety. If you are very moody and swingy, it's because you're fatigued, you're tired, everything is a big deal. And then you have this anxiety, it turns into anxiety.
Yeah, and then it turns
Uh-huh.
into depression.
Yes. And I wish people would learn to say and stop saying, um, I am tired, I am sick, I have anxiety because they're owning that. They're calling that in. They're literally manifesting that. The word
Mm.
I am, you are
You're
claiming that.
telling yourself, yeah. Well, you're
Mhm,
telling your body, you're telling
mhm,
your to take that on because, like,
mhm,
I never say to anyone, "Oh, I'm sick." I always say I'm healing because if I say
mhm,
I'm sick, I find I get sick. Like if you keep saying, even my daughter, this would happen. When she didn't want to go to school, she'd ring in and saying that she's sick, and after like 3 or 4 times of doing it, she would get sick, and I'd
mhm,
be like, just manifesting being sick because you say that you're sick, and so that's what your body hears, and it's become sick. But
mhm.
yeah, never
And it
say.
is hard. It's hard because I'm guilty of it too. Because I'll say a lot of times I'm exhausted,
Mhm. You have to be so careful,
and you
especially
can't
this
say that.
time.
I know, I know. I had a download the other day about that, saying, Claudine, stop owning that. Stop.
Yeah.
So now I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say I am happy.
I'm feeling a little
I am
tired.
happy. Yes, so saying because at the end of the day, and I've even done it all my lives here. Saying I'm so
Mhm.
exhausted. But I have to stop saying that. That's my word. And it's just usually I only say that at the end of the day after I've seen 10 people, then I do a live. You know what I mean?
It is exhausting.
It is. I burnt a lot of my energy, but I have to be careful with my words because they're that's how magical they are. And
Yes.
we've never been trained. We have never been taught how important our words are and that they're spells. We're
Yep.
spelling ourselves or we're spelling somebody else, or we're
Yep.
cursing ourselves or we're cursing someone else, or we're
Yep.
bringing in the magic, the good
Yep.
stuff. So
Yep.
it's our choice. We have control over what comes. I always say this, we don't have control of anything. We have control of nothing but what goes in our mouth and what comes out of our mouth.
Exactly. And we speak it into existence. It's
Yep.
just how it is. I have absolutely learned that one. The
We've got
speaking.
Victor on here. I don't know if you're seeing, but
Hey,
he's coming in
Victor.
and he's on
Birds are
words or
spell.
spells. I'm off of
Yep.
processed food. Woohoo!
Good.
Snap for you. I'm gonna give you some
Good,
snaps.
Victor.
That's awesome. How are you feeling there? Being off of that processed food, it's very spiritual when you come off of those sugars and those processed food. It's a
Sure.
game changer spiritually, I feel. I mean, you really start feeling more connected to your body and feeling what's going on inside of it. um
I
but
agree.
it can also cause low immune system. It can be the reason why you might be getting sick all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get it back online? How do you get this? How do you fix this type of fatigue? Um, there's only
Um,
really one way to do it. There's a couple of different ways, but the number one way is to de-stress your life. That's the only that's a
mm-hmm.
de-stress your life. Get some
Mm-hmm.
other hobbies in your life that are whatever's causing stress in your life, get rid of it. If
Mm-hmm.
you right?
Mm-hmm. For
And
sure. Or
yeah.
learn to understand it and work with it. Like, say if it's your job and your job is stressing you out, but you have to do that job, you have to understand what's stressing you out in the job and then learn to work with it better. Like sometimes we can't fully, like, we probably could just walk away from the job, but sometimes we're in situations where the stress is like a lot of people go, oh, but how do I get away from the stress? You have to learn to recognize it and learn how to like deal with the energy of that a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
If it's
yeah.
the job, yeah, you have to look into. In fact, I have a client who's coming in, and it's so funny because he reached out to me and he's like, "Do you still do CBD?" And I haven't heard from this client in 10 years. And he had severe anxiety, and I guess he started a new job. Because I started a new job and my life has fallen apart. I am just so anxious and stuff. So he's coming in, I think tomorrow. So it's gonna be a really good counseling session with him. But my advice to him is going to be, what is it about the job that's causing the stress? You got to start looking at what it is and see where you can try to make that better. Or if
Mhm.
everyone's I don't everyone has different reasons why they're stressed out at the job.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, is it a
But you
high
have to
stress
recognize.
job? You have to recognize what it is that's stressing you out, and then just try to problem solve it from there, and just
Mhm.
take one by one and do the best you can to problem solve it. But meanwhile, just taking 1 minute, going into the bathroom or whatever you need to do, and doing some breath exercises
Mhm. Mhm.
is a game changer for your whole system.
Mhm.
Your lymphatic system, your fascia, all of it, your nervous system, period. It's a game changer. Just taking in 5 deep breaths. I always do the three. I like the three. I deep breath in 3 times, and it just clears it away. It just brushes it away from you
Mhm.
and gives you that clear head so you can problem solve whatever it is that you're having to face that is causing so much adrenaline, fight and flight, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's like all the same thing. And then some really good exercising. Another really good thing to release this and to clear your head is go for a walk.
Yep.
Walk it off. Do you know in Ireland and in Scotland and all those places, like everyone there goes for a walk like 2 or 3 times a day?
Mm-hmm. They do. They walk
Hmm.
a lot in Europe.
Yeah.
France, they walk. Everyone walks. Not that
Yeah.
France is like de-stressed, but they do.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. They
walk.
hardly, I love that. When I talk to my friends from these other countries, I'm like, wow, how simple is that?
Mm,
It's so simple.
mm-hmm.
And of course, yoga and Pilates
Mm-hmm.
and massages and all that stuff helps. And then another thing too that I don't feel a lot of people don't practice too much, and I think really works really well, is aromatherapy.
Smells.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love just the smell of lavender is
It's
I love the
calming.
smell of lavender. Yeah, I love oh, and Palo Santo. Oh my gosh, I just want to dive into it when I smell Palo
Mhm.
Santo. I'm like,
I
oh, it smells so good.
It is, and it is relaxing. I know what you mean. Like it does have like a nice cleansing, relaxing. Because sometimes we get so stressed out, and like there's a reason to be stressed, but a lot of times the way our bodies are reacting to it is so like so much more than it really needs to be. Like maybe the stress needs is like this much, but our bodies are reacting like this much. So
Hmm.
sometimes like doing something about that and it helps everything calm down more, or you get more perspective with with the stress that you're dealing with, but you definitely like need to find a way to like come down from that height of your
Yeah,
stress and relax the nervous system. And for sure like smells, working out, all that, those kinds of things do help relax,
they do.
breathe.
And when you're at work and you're under these stressful or wherever it is that's causing the stress, just like before I do these lives, I got to do lives because that and no matter how much I do this, it still causes a little bit of anxiety for me. I just, coming live is just not my favorite thing to do. It is a shortcoming of mine, but I will have my diffuser going, or I will also carry around a essential oil of lavender. Like I said, I love that smell, and I love the smell of Palo Santo, and I love the smell of weed too. Cannabis, really good, clean cannabis. It just, it has always just pushed me down, along with CBD. Why don't you? I'm just going to take a break here real quick. Can you go ahead and read the comments that Victor's saying? And then I'm going to go grab some of my products because I have a lot of products that help with these kind of situations. So let me go ahead and grab them. So I forgot
Victor
to do that.
says, like the word understand. People say that they understand, which they're saying, in other words, that they are standing below authorization. They are stepping out of their power because they're saying that they understand. Mm. Yeah, sometimes you can just say, when someone's upset, you can just say, I understand. And then it's being used in a good way. Because being understanding is like being caring too, in a way.
Okay, sorry, you guys. I meant to pull all these, but I got distracted and I forgot to pull all of my products because,
Oh,
yes, that's what I
wow.
do. I make products. I'm a dosing specialist. This is one thing that I like, about Ann and I. We're here to talk about what we talk about as far as the body and energy goes, but we also have products to back us up.
Well, Claudine has products. I've
Yeah,
tried the products.
yeah,
I
she
don't make
uses.
them.
Okay, so one of my products that would help is I have this anxiety and depression CBD formula.
Hmm.
And all of my stuff is sourced like my CBD cannabis is grown outdoors in the moon and the sun and in nature. And then I do my own extractions, you guys. So, and then I also play with terpenes. I love terpenes. So this is designed to target, not just because it has CBD in it, but I target it with precise and perfect terpenes that literally work on anxiety and depression. So my formula works really good. I have never had anyone return my medicine back to me. So I know it works. In fact, if you want, you guys, and you want to check me out, please go to elevatedbyclaudine.com and go to my Google, go to my Elevated by Claudine Google, and you will see all of my reviews. I've got, I think, about 100 reviews, really good reviews, and I think I have a 5-star rating too. But anyway, so okay, so what will help you? Another one that's really good is shoot, I forgot to grab it. Is ashwagandha. And I have ashwagandha. It is on my website. I do capsule my own, and I don't grow that. That I do. That I buy it straight from a grower though, and then I capsule it for you guys. Um, and another thing that, and reason why ashwagandha is going to work so well is because it's an adaptogen. Anything that's an adaptogen works on stress and immunity because it brings the stress level down and brings up the immunity. So any adaptogen is going to work really well, and that's including mushrooms. And I've got my chaga mushrooms. These were great, and these also detox heavy metals and inflammation of the body. Yeah, so that's a good one. And then I have a 7 and a 14 blend, 7 blend mushroom and a 14 blend mushroom. All adaptogens to help bring down the stress level. You want to get off of coffee? Like we were just talking about how coffee is so bad for you to overdo it. Try my tea. That's what I'm drinking right now. That's inside my cup right now is I'm drinking my 14 blend mushroom tea. I have a bad habit of calling it mushroom coffee.
A lot of people, they say that the mushroom's good.
Because it's an adaptogen. It's great. The number one mushroom I would say that's going to work on adrenal fatigue is going to be the reishi mushroom. The reishi mushroom, the chaga, cordyceps, because cordyceps works on your lymphatics, on your lymph nodes. And then lion's mane, that's a really good one. Lion's mane will give you the energy that you need. Lion's mane works with your cognitiveness and your stomach. And remember, we were talking about brain and tummy connection. Well, this is what this helps. This helps on the vagus nerve. So this gives you natural energy. It's amazing. And then black seed oil. Black seed oil is another one. King Tut used it, and King Tut said that it cures all but death. So I really love black seed oil. And then holy basil. Holy basil is another one. Holy basil is great for this type of fatigue. Where Anne comes from, this is where this herb comes from.
Yep, holy basil.
Holy, and I guess it's it's like almost worshipped in some of the places that I've heard in Thailand. Like they have it all in front of their temples and stuff. Temples.
They have a really popular meal over there, like one of the most popular Thai meals, and it's cooked with holy basil. Like that's the main ingredient, and they fry it up with like a protein. And
I heard it's a big deal. Yeah, everything I've read and all the research I've done about holy basil, and I came across holy basil a long time ago. I've been using holy basil for about 10 years, and I start capsulizing it because I found out that it gets rid of panic attacks. So it strictly works on the adrenaline. Yeah, it's a no-brainer there. That black seed, all of these adaptogens. Holy basil is not an adaptogen. Neither is black seed, but like I like to say, they work like one. And then turkey tail is another one that's really good too. I forgot to pull my turkey tail, my ashwagandha, but those are two also adaptogens that work fantastic too. And they just push it down, you guys. And CBD also, it really just hones it down. Magnesium glycate, that is a magnesium that helps calm the nervous system. Anne was just asking me about magnesium glycate, and I totally forgot to answer you back, but yes, Anne, for sure. Get it, and you're gonna really like it. It really helps with with your whole system.
Apparently it helps with the nervous system. It helps you sleep better over time.
releases the it detoxes the toxins out of your body. It
Yeah.
helps your lymphatic system a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
apparently what your fascia uses to like what runs through your fascia, so it helps your fascia run smoother. Like it's what feeds your fascia. You know.
Yes, and I have magnesium glycate. I do have it in a spray bottle to
Mhm.
spray. I like to spray it on my feet every night. I spray it on my feet and then I just rub it. And this is also made with my lavender extraction. So
Mhm.
I did grow this lavender and I did extract it, and then it's mixed with the magnesium glycate, and it smells so good. And this bottle is like 6 months old because it's my tester up here, just for
Mhm.
anyone who wants to try it. And
Do you put it on your body or do you eat it?
no, you put it on your body absorption. I put it in my armpits for the lymphatic,
Mhm.
and then I put it on my feet at night, is how I
Mhm.
use it. I use it every day. I don't
Mhm.
take magnesium too much in the mouth. I don't have to. That seems to do the trick. That's
Mhm.
another thing too. You guys don't need everyone thinks they need a lot, but you don't. A little goes such a long
Yeah.
ways.
I need to get that. I need to
Um,
get some glycine.
okay, and then we got another comment here. Okay, and then the vitamins that I recommend that really help with adrenaline fatigue is vitamin B5,
Mhm.
which you can get in whole grains, nuts, seeds, eggs, dairy, mushrooms, avocados, sweet potatoes.
Mhm.
Um, I think chicken feet too. Are they good with
Mhm.
vitamin B's too,
I don't know.
or
I know it's good for collagen.
just collagen? Okay.
I know that because in Thailand we eat the chicken feet and people get all freaked out by it. But I know it's really good for collagen. That's what I eat.
Okay. Okay. And then I guess light meats like fish and I'm sure poultry is good for because I know meat is good for B5, but no red meat, you guys.
Mhm.
B6, chili, cayenne, paprika, garlic. You can get your B6 in that. I want to say moringa too. Moringa is another one, another herb that you can use. I know moringa for sure. Yeah, B6 and B12.
Mhm.
And for B12, shiitake mushrooms. That's why I take shiitake mushrooms every day because it's got the B12, which is also good for our white and red blood cells, which you usually get from meat, but I don't eat meat. So shiitake is a great one for those who don't like meat. Eggs, probiotic yogurt, and cheese for vitamin
Mhm.
B12s. And then a lot of vitamin C. Vitamin C is very crucial.
Mhm.
Get that from your citrus fruits, your berries, your bell peppers, and just all your green leafy greens. And then um, and then remove what kills the adrenaline is like we said, processed food, caffeine, and sugar.
Mhm.
Avoid constant multitasking and go, 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 go. Relax a little bit, people. Take
It's
it
true.
easy.
But that's where the conditioning, that's where all that brainwashing and conditioning has like comes into play because that's kind of what society like puts out there to, oh, it's go 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 go, do this, have
Oh,
children, buy a house, get your job, buy a car, like and it's just going going
get
going
this
going going.
TV, get those clothes, get these shoes, get this gadget, get this phone. I can't, counseling all these moms and fathers that I counsel that have all these children, I cannot. I mean, like their children are playing 2, 3, 4 sports. And
That's insanity.
I'm like, the more you let them do, the more you're running yourself ragged. I
It's
never did that.
insanity.
My children's played
Mhm.
one sport at a time, and I had all 5 of my children. I ended up having 5 children who are all athletes.
Mhm.
And I would say one sport at a time because how I couldn't be everywhere. I had 5 children. And there was a time when they were all living in the home and all playing sports.
It's just
So,
not humanly possible.
oh,
I don't know. I look at the way we get conditioned to like have our lives and stuff. I see why so many people are like so miserable and lost and just, you know, they don't even know who they are anymore. It's like it makes sense because you just get lost in all of it because
Oh
you're
yeah.
just trying to keep up with life. Like, I'm
And
surprised we're not all breaking down right now, like, because it's a lot.
they eventually, I mean, I think my grandson is doing three or four, three different sports that he's doing wrestling, he's doing bike, he races bikes, BMX, and then he does CrossFit. And now he's taking gun class shooting eh, for aiming or whatever. Yeah, gun safety classes. And I'm just like, and I can't show up to all these things. I'll go to one every now and then, but I am not. I'm no. I'm not. I
Too
support
much.
him. Yeah, I've helped pay for things for him to go do this stuff, but I just look at my daughter-in-law and my son. I'm just like, that's just too much. That is too much running around. But that's a little boy for you though. They'll run you ragged.
That's crazy. They will.
Yeah, they will. Your adrenals aren't just about energy, you guys. They are the switch that turns on your whole body's detox system.
Mm.
So they remember they sit on top of the kidneys, and what is your kidneys? Your filtering system. Um, so to heal them, you help your kidneys, your lymphatic system, and your immune system all at once. So when you're able to regulate them, keep them calm, keep your life simple. Like there's a saying that a very not godly man, but a very high spiritual man would say, be in the world, not of the world. And what that being meant is be a simple person, be simple. The more simple you are, the easier life is. It really is.
Mm.
Um, you know, your health doesn't just fall apart overnight. It's a chain reaction. And the adrenals are often the very first domino. Once they go, it's just a domino effect there. So
Mhm.
start giving them what they need, and you'll feel the difference in your energy, mood, and overall health. Remember, people, you are your own best medicine. I always say that to everybody. You are your own best medicine. And just by taking stress out of your life, just take little bits and pieces of it, and you'll just start to see such a big difference in how your body works.
Mhm. For sure.
Yeah. It
I cut all the stress out of any stress that I can cut away. I cut away. Like, I got so sick back in 2020. I don't think I had any like adrenal glands left. I think they are all like squeezed out. Like, my fight and flight in life was like at a maximum, and I just cut all stress out. But I think it's like the best thing I ever did in my life. And not only did I cut stress out, but any action, like, I think in my past, I used to do a lot of things and would make choices that created more stress in my life. So I've learned to recognize those things that I used to do and bring on into my life through my own actions that caused the stress. And I've now cut all those types of things away. And I
yeah.
keep it very
hmm
small, safe circle. And
hmm
mhm,
I have a very small circle, but I counsel people all day long. But when it
yeah.
comes to my circle, if you're going to hang with me, if I'm going to spend time with you, um, if you bring any kind of stress or anxiety or negativity to my life, you got to go. I'm
Mhm,
not going to deal with this type of crap in my life at all. And that's the same thing with my family members. I won't deal with the drama. I don't have to. It's not mine to carry. It's not mine to problem solve
mhm.
because life brings you drama as it is. Like, look what happened yesterday. I was in the emergency room for 6 hours, even though that's not
Mhm.
my drama, but that's my monkey.
Yeah, it is. That's what I mean by it. That's
It was, yesterday I was in the emergency room for 6 hours. Of tell the listeners what's going on. My daughter got paint thinner in her eyeball. She was stripping a beam in her house, and she ended up getting a little bit of paint thinner in her eye, which I'm sure everyone can understand is not, it's not good.
no.
So I had to rush her to the emergency room, and it took 6 hours for them to tend to her and do what they needed to do to make sure that her eye was going to be okay. But to me, that's stress. And then you're walking into an environment of people who are miserable. Just like I told you, there was a lady across the room who literally was crying out, begging for help.
That's
See,
hectic.
it is hectic, but that's just life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like these are
yeah.
situations that I can't control. I can't avoid, but I'm there for support because my daughter is my daughter and she's my monkey and I have to be
But
there
this is,
I don't
but
have to be, but I wanted to be there for her
yeah,
because she was scared.
yeah, for sure. That's called a simulation, but Claudine, those types of things are part of the simulation. A
Yes,
simulation has a thing within it that is going to come to you. It's part of your life and your I guess soul journey, but it's a simulation. But that's why I like creating things because of your own actions to the simulation. Why would you do that? But you're going to get stress come your way through the simulation.
things are brought to,
Regardless.
yeah. So
Yeah.
cut all the people that caught. The
Yeah.
best
Cut
thing
the things
is
that are not needed.
cut them off. Cut them
Yeah.
off. And that is the best thing. And I don't even care if it is your mother, if it is your brother, if it is your husband, if it is your wife, if it is your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Cut them out. You can love them from far away.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be caught up in their crap.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
of course, what happened with my daughter, part of the simulation, it was an accident. It happened.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Um, Now, if she was fighting with her boyfriend or fighting with somebody and they were throwing it at each other, that'd be different. I wouldn't have gotten caught in the middle. I'd been like, nah, you gotta go.
Yeah. That's you. Exactly. You created that to come
Hmm.
into your simulation. That was a
Hmm.
creation of yours. But when it's something that is
Exactly.
dealt to you, that's an accident. That's just part of the simulation. Like my boyfriend crushed his finger one day before we were supposed to go on holiday. To me, that was like, that's a simulation. That's what the simulation
Hmm.
having planned. That's what was planned for us. That's what
Hmm.
we have to deal with. But when you
Yep.
create it, that's, yeah,
It's
to your
different.
own,
Exactly. Yeah.
completely different.
So just cut the stress out of your life and your fatigueness, your adrenaline, all of it will just, I mean, it's your fight and flight. Your nervous system, it'll just relax a bit. Find some
Mhm.
practices, do more of what you love. If you don't want to do
Mhm.
breath work, you don't want to do yoga, you don't want to do meditation. I didn't even mention meditation because meditation is such a broad, everyone's saying that. Every spiritual person, everyone who, oh, meditate, oh, meditate. Oh, well, yes, meditate. Meditate is great. Don't get me wrong, but not everybody can go into a meditation for an hour or two.
Mhm.
It just
Yeah.
isn't that simple. But meditating is great if you can do it and you like doing it. I do. I'm a great meditator. I can get in the zone in 2.2 seconds. I love it. That is something that does help me, but it's not for everybody. There's other tools in the tool bag to use besides meditation.
Mhm.
That's
But
how I feel.
for sure. But cutting
Yeah.
it out of your life is going to be the most consistent, real, like you're going to see results from that. Like you can go meditate all you want and become all angelic, but if you're still going into stressful environments and going back into that heightened state, it kind of takes away from why did you just meditate for 5 hours? If you're not doing it outside of that meditation and leading that kind of life, then what's the point in, being so spiritual? Like you have to cut the poison out of your life for
Yes.
real results. You can't just like go bury your head in the sand and hope it's all going to disappear because I meditate for 5 hours. Why is everyone still stressing me out? It's like, we'll cut the stress out and then, you're going to
Cut
see,
the toxicity.
yeah,
Cut the toxicity. Food,
yeah,
people, those
people,
two. are
Yeah.
gonna
See,
just your life will change. It will be so peaceful because the more you get a taste of peace, the more you want.
mhm,
And I do feel like I know I have a peaceful life. I have a great life. I can't complain at all.
same.
When I was at the hospital and that lady was freaking out like that was one of the times when I used one of my tools. I went in the bathroom and I breathed it out for 3 times. I did the 3 breath and then I literally said out loud, "That's your pain to hold. That's your pain.
Mhm,
Send it back to sender."
mhm.
And just to shield myself because I believe in shielding myself. I believe in protecting my own heart. And then I went in there and I did it for my daughter. And because my daughter is she's oh my gosh, she can feel everything. She is such a conduit, just like you in the same and yeah, she feels
You're
all the
all in.
energies. Oh, all of them. Yeah, I felt so bad for her. Anxiety was going, and they're doing all this stuff to her. But anyways, she's a very strong empath. She always has been. Um, the first time she heard that word empath,
Mhm,
she was a little girl, she lit up and she was so curious about it. She read a lot of books about it and she figured out that, oh, yeah, she's little. She was so little. And she'd come to me and tell me she's an empath. And I'm like, I don't know what that is.
mhm. That's so cute.
Um,
So
but
cute. I never read
yeah,
that book till I was
yeah,
like,
just cut that stress out, you guys, and cut the toxicity out. And like we
mhm,
said, if it's work, because we know you got to work because you got to pay bills, because that would just cause a lot more stress if you're not showing up to work and paying your bills. But like we said, just problem solve it one by one, little by little, and you will see some improvement in the way that your body functions once you're able to get out of survival mode and fight and flight.
mhm. Yeah, stress is definitely not good for us. That is for sure.
Oh
I think
no.
I think a lot of my health problems came about from like just ridiculous levels of physical, like just constant stress, like
Mhm.
being in a bad marriage, violence, bad tempers, and just
Toxicity.
be,
Yeah.
yeah, very
Dysfunction and
toxic.
toxic. Yeah. You were
Yeah,
very dysfunctional, toxic,
yeah,
and then
very.
being a single mom and then becoming a new single mom for the first time in your life. I mean, that's stressful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That took me to all kinds of levels of stress. So, yeah, it makes sense. Like my body did really physically shut down. And it didn't do it through, like for my human self, I was a very go, 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 go. Like I would get on the bike every morning, go to the gym. I would drink the night before and get up the next morning and go to the gym and say, I'm going to burn it off. Like I was just the way like just keep going. And I never thought about what I was doing. If I could do it, I could do it. My body was doing it, I would do it. But physically, my body just like it shut down all by itself. It just got to these levels of where it's like I couldn't physically get on the bike. I couldn't even like balance myself properly on the bike. Like everything shut down, and it just forced me, but on a physical level. So, but that makes sense. Like stress, adrenal glands. Like I would have just been in like overdrive to where the body just says no more. I got no more for you.
Yes. Yep. And get out the alcohol. Another important
Mhm.
thing is get out the alcohol because that really messes with your whole system. Not
Absolutely.
just yeah.
Alcohol is just not, it's absolutely so unnecessary because it just puts you back in health. Like
Yeah.
your organs have to break it all down. Your body has to get rid of it. It's just absolute, it's just poison to the body. So I don't
Yeah.
touch alcohol
It'll
now.
shut down those adrenals really quick. It really makes them so dysfunctional. And I love what
Mhm.
Victor said here. He said being creative is good too.
Mhm.
Exactly. Be creative in your hobbies, whatever your hobby. I mean, get creative and that usually becomes some type of a hobby is what I'm saying here.
Mhm.
And Victor Turnage is a client of mine and a friend of Ann's that we've been helping. I've been helping him since the beginning of this year, I believe. You've been helping him for a little bit longer, but I've already seen such a big difference in him. just by doing the things, getting off the trash food, getting off of sugars. And I think he's added a little bit of cloves, taking cloves, I believe. And I see a big difference in his anger. I mean, unless he is not, yeah, he doesn't seem to be showing or demonstrating as much anger as he had. Again,
No,
too, you guys,
been
Victor,
really, he's been quiet the last week or so. So it's hard to say.
yeah,
Victor
but he
goes through
doesn't seem to
phases.
be peaking as much as he used to.
No, from when I first met him to now, there has definitely been a huge change.
A huge
And
change in him. I've noticed that just from the time I've only been working with him since I think like January.
yeah,
And there's just a huge difference from who Victor was in January than who Victor is today. I mean, his survival and getting out of fight and flight has really winged at least 25%. And well, pretty much it's his anger. I mean, and he's gone through so much this year.
oh, so much. His mom
So
died.
much.
Like he's autistic and his mom died. Like I and you guys live in America. Like America has dumbfounded me how there is no help for these types of people in these situations. One thing I have to say about the country I live in Australia, we have so many social services to everybody. Like just we're so blessed in that way that if you're an autistic person or an old person and you need help or you need to get food, like we have services available for all types of people in all types of situations, and they really will go and help them go do shopping, pick them up, drop them off, help take them to different social groups, send someone over to help them, put their stuff away in the fridge. Like we have so many services for that. And to meet Victor, there is no services for
Oh,
someone in that
he's in the
situation.
worst state in America.
Wow.
Where he lives, it is just disgusting.
Wow.
Disgusting how they don't take care of themselves. I mean, each other. They don't. And you're right. He deserves to have a lot of services, but I know
Yeah.
he's working on this. And this is stress for him. But to see him put actively work on trying to change his situation, which we know that he is trying to move
Hmm.
out of that
Yep.
state because he's got it. Each state has their own types of services. And I just know that if he got into a better state like Utah, like he's been talking about, he's going to find some services that are going to help him. He's going
Hope
to
so.
find some churches are going to
Yeah.
help him because that's pretty much where you got to go in America. If you want to get some help, you got to go to the churches.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's not even a program where he can go and get clean food. I mean, it's so sad.
No, but like just even someone to like pick him up and take him to go do a food shop. Like it's so sad that he doesn't even know if he can get food to put in his fridge because he can't drive and go into town to get food. Like
Yeah,
it dumbfounds me. I hope
I know.
so.
It's terrible. It's
I
heartbreaking.
hope.
It's so heartbreaking knowing I know, and I'm just so glad that I think you reached out to somebody and you got someone to get him to the store or something, or
I just I just went on his wall one day and I'm like, can someone please take him food shopping? And next thing I know, someone was whether they saw it on his wall or not,
oh,
but someone took him food shopping. So I was like, yes.
oh,
I'll just do that every time he comes to me and says he can't get food. I'll just go
yeah.
right on his wall and hopefully someone will take notice. But it just
I think we need to we'll have to look around the states and see who's got the best autism programs here in the United States. Because I, Arizona's okay. I don't think Arizona is well equipped to take care of their autistic people the way that I know we could do a better job. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know a lot of autistic mothers um, who have autistic children and adult children, and they're not impressed. I mean, they say that our programs are shit. So I don't, like I said,
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't experienced it personally. I'm just going off of hearsay. But
Yeah.
I have a feeling though, Utah is going to be a good place for him to get some really good services. Yeah, yeah, It's a very it's a Mormon-based state. They're a lot of Mormons are there, and they have so many good programs the Mormon churches do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you'll find some help there. But we're going to go ahead and get into our second topic. And this one is one of Anne's favorites, and she's very, very, very knowledgeable in it, and she loves talking about it. And it is the fascia.
Fascia.
Fascia. So I'm just going to go ahead and read a little bit off of my notes of what I have, and then I'm going to show pictures, and I'm going to go ahead and let Anne kind of like take over on this segment because she is just very, very, very fluent in this topic. And the fascia is a three-dimensional webbing of connective tissues made of collagen, elastin, and water. And that's exactly what I'm drinking. I got my mushroom tea over here, and then I have my collagen drink over here. I love to drink, and I had collagen inside my mushroom tea too. I do a lot of collagen because I'm at that age where I'm losing, yeah, menopause stuff. And I just like the way collagen makes me feel. I can see a difference in my skin when I have it and when I don't have it. And the fascia wraps around every organ, muscle, and nerve and blood vessel, connecting them into the whole body system. So if you've ever heard of that phrase, it's all connected. Fascia is the science behind that saying. It's all connected. And when you hear that, they're talking about the fascia. There are 8 main fascia lines in the body, each creating tension patterns from the head to the toe. And Anne's going to get into more of this. And there's also 2 parts of the fascia. I'll let her go ahead and get into it, and I'll show the pictures that I have of fascia.
Okay. So, yeah, like you said, so your bones are not holding up your body. It's your fascia that is holding up your body. Contrary to how we get taught in school and everything, that it's the bone, we see the skeletal. It's actually your fascia that's holding up your body. This is why we can't be pulled apart. This is why we are like stuck together, you can't pull the head off the foot and the foot off the head, like can't pull us apart because we have this fascia. We have 9 major fascia bands that roll up from the back of the leg form, from the bottom of the foot. So, and it's all in your toes, like webbing. The bottom of your foot up to the pelvis, through our spine, that connect our head to our feet. So that's how the fascia works. It's all like webbing that is all, we have the outer fascia and we have an inner fascia. So the outer fascia is like where, like on top. And that's like that's the webbing and everything that's holding, sticking us all together. And then deep inside our body, we have our second fascia. And that's like connecting all your organs. That's got all your, like, your lymphatic system is running through there, your veins, your blood tubes, your muscles, your joints, your skin organ, all of it. It is just all connected in there, and it's running deep inside your head, connects to your jaw, all up inside, up inside the roof of your mouth, deep inside there, all your, your nasal cavity, and then it runs deep inside your neck, and it's all connected to, like, they're these tiny little, like rubber bandy stretchy things, like when you swallow and you see your throat and it goes and you got that lump. That's like all your fascia, and it's just all deep connected, intertwined with your lymphatic system. That's why getting your lymphatic system to move and the fluid to move, so it's not stagnant. That's all for your for good fascia flow. You want your fascia flow to be nice and not stagnant. Your organs, when your organs are all got fascia to it, so like if your liver is just, you're always stressed and you're angry, your fascia liver, that where your liver is, the fascia area is just going to tighten up, and it's going to pull on your diaphragm. It's going to give you shortness of breath because you're just stressed and you're breathing from the upper part of your body, and all that fascia deep inside is just getting all like scrunched up into a ball and a big knot, but it's deep inside your body. That's why where a lot of people don't really like take notice. They just get angry and they get all that heat in their body and they get all angry. But physically, your fascia is just going and it's tightening up into a nice big rock in there. So, and then also what we put into our body, you know, if it becomes stagnant, that's going to make your fascia flow stagnant too, because it's all connected. And then it runs all the way down behind your legs, wraps all around, and it goes right into your toes, and like it comes out like a web, and it's all connected. If you want to, if you have a really tight jaw, like what's it called, TMJ or whatever they call it, and you have a really tight jaw and you're biting down on your in your jaw a lot, a really good way to help loosen that is get up on your tippy toes and bounce around on them and feel like where it's tight, spread out your toes a lot and just like stand on them, like, you know, bounce up high on them, and you'll feel like different pains throughout your foot. And doing that and just lean into the pain and kind of get some movement down in your feet and in your toes and stuff, and you know, massage it, get it all stimulating, and you can help loosen up inside your jaw just from doing that to your feet. That's why foot massages and stuff are so incredible, because all your fascia is all connected to from there all the way up to your feet. So when you are massaging and all that fascia is getting moved around, and you know, all the lymphatic is getting stimulated to, that's, you got all stomach channels that run down in there too, which are part of the fascia. Well, it runs in the fascia. So when you massage all that and you get everything moving, that's going to relax you all the way up into your jaw. It's going to relax your stomach. Sometimes when you're getting foot massages, you can feel you can hear your tummy kind of like loosening up and making funny noises and moving around. And that's because that's just stimulating all the fascia inside you to relax and, you know, loosen up all the way up to your head. So that's how amazing our bodies are. And that's how amazing the fascia is. I love the fascia. I love it. I think we should concentrate more on the fascia sometimes than our tendons or a muscle. Like sometimes just massaging that fascia or getting the lymphatic system to not be stagnant, you know, in our bodies can relieve so much pain inside our bodies and give us way better health just by taking care of, you know, our fascia, our lymphatic system, all that kind of stuff. I feel like the fascia almost has its own brain to our physical brain, like our human ego brain, what we're taught, what we do. I feel like it's different to our fascia sometimes, because the fascia is like, so what I learned is the fascia holds 90% water, which I guess would be our lymphatic system, and water holds memory. So that's like all your DNA and everything that's running through the fascia. Our fascia throughout our lives will hold on and absorb trauma, emotional pain, and it will store it inside our body. And we as humans think, oh, we're all healed, but our body has stored it. And I feel like the fascia, because it's DNA, so it's supposed to be one thing, but because we as a human will do another thing, we will create a different kind of fascia inside our body and like curl it all up, and you know, through our trauma, through what we're doing to it. And I feel like sometimes the fascia just has a mind of its own and just goes, nope, I can't hold on to any more trauma, and it just explodes. And it just, I had a metal piece in my leg since I was 15 years old, and I left it in there and I didn't pay any attention, and I just, you know, my whole body kind of contorted to a different side because of, I was always like nursing this side of my body and this my leg. And over time, like I had it in there for 25 years, my fascia kind of just went, hey, I'm not supposed to be like this. I'm going to readjust myself. And I got that pin taken out of, I started having a lot of health problems. And once that pin got taken out of my leg, I felt my whole fascia kind of just go, and it just like my nervous system went all haywire. At times I felt like I was going to go paralyzed. I could feel just stuff pumping throughout my body, but especially from that leg area. And it's like almost like the fascia just went, I want to readjust the way it's in my body, because you can readjust your fascia just because like you've curled into this, like, you know, your shoulders curled in, or a lot of times that can just be a fascia thing, and you can actually uncurl it and you can massage it out, and you can realign your body to be in better alignment through the fascia. So I feel like the fascia can kind of have a mind of its own at times and start going, hey, I want to readjust myself to be like to go back into this position. And that's where the healing comes in, of healing the fascia, healing the lymphatic, healing that, so that your body can go back into the form that the DNA inside it wants to, or is like, you know, it has memory to become that type of fascia. Does that make sense?
Yes, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. And I just like to show these pictures because that is what got me hooked on the fascia. When I saw a picture of the fascia a few years ago, I was like, that it just felt, you know, you can feel it. So that's why I'm showing these pictures of the fascia. This is actually a picture of real fascia right here.
Yeah,
And
it is.
so the magic properties of fascia, polymorphic. Fascia changes its shapes and textures depending on how you move, breathe, and even how you feel. Okay, and this is the original picture. Okay, um, fascia can shift between more solids, more fluid states depending on your hydration, eternal pressure, and sense of safety. This means fascia is alive, responsive, and adaptive, you guys. Okay, and this is my favorite picture. I really like this one.
I love that. It's beautiful.
I know that's so cool.
So beautiful.
Fascia as your electrical network, you guys. When
Yeah.
fascia is gently stretched or compressed, it generates a tiny electrical current. This is called the piezoelectric effect. You get that also through exercise. Your pineal gland does this too, you guys, especially when cerebral spinal fluid, am I saying that right? Cerebral spinal
Yeah.
fluid is driven
Yeah.
upward through movement and breath. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute. Every time you move, you're activating your body's electric intelligence. Like Ann said, it has an intelligence. Okay. When you want to amplify your conductivity, keep your lymphatic system flowing. Stagnant lymph makes fascia dry, sticky, which reduces electrical flow, you guys.
Yeah.
Hydrates and mood, you guys. Healthy fascia is well hydrated. It glides, stretches, and transmits signals beautifully. When fascia is dry and sticky, movement feels stiff and eternal communication slows. That is what Anne had when she had the metal rod in her foot. Rehydrating fascia through movement, breath, and lymphatic drainage can literally change your mood and mental clarity. So that's huge. When fascia becomes fluid again, your whole system lights up physically, emotionally, and energetically. Okay, how fascia feels and functions. When healthy fascia, it flexes, extends, and moves in multiple directions like the living matrix. Look at this. Look at that. Here's another really good picture that I like too. I love this one too. This is actually a video. I love watching this video. They got so many cool pictures of the fascia. When it's stuck, you guys, you get knots.
Yeah.
That is the knots that are in your back, in your stomach, in your legs. That is when your fascia is stuck and it creates pain and limits your movement. When you can't touch the back of your back like this, or go like this, or stretch and come, all of that is restricted fascia right there. When you can't do stuff like, or touch, your back and it hurts, that's stagnant fascia. Fascia is not just wrapping, it has nerves, blood vessels, muscle fibers, and lymph fluid running through it. So, like she said, it has mostly water. Water has memory.
Yeah.
It contracts and expands like muscles, but also carries information because it has
Because it
Water
holds your
has
heat.
memory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anne is completely right when she explained that. That's my favorite part about what she says about fascia. I love that part. And how to keep your fascia healthy? Hydration. Drink lots of mineral rich water.
Hmm.
Water structures, doing different types of waters.
Hmm. That's not
Gentle.
just like go drink water from the tap in a plastic
Mm-mm.
bottle.
No.
That's not hydration,
Mm-mm.
people. Like
No. No.
hydration for the fascia is different. Like
It's
don't
different.
just gulp a bunch of water and think you're putting water into your hydrating your fascia. You can make yourself sick by doing that. You want to
Mhm.
hydrate to like to the more minerals and the more like top-notch stuff putting into your fascia through hydration, the more amazing it's going to run.
Yep.
So you want to be putting the right kind of hydration in it, not just any hydration. It's very, very different.
Remember, it contracts and expands a lot like adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
same concept. Okay, how to keep fascia healthy? Okay, like we said, hydration, gentle movement, stretch, bounce, twist, walk, barefooted. Fascia loves likes
Right.
different variety.
Right.
You know, it's the end of the day when I can't get my words out.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Oh, geez. Okay, but I got it out there. Okay, anyways, it loves massaging, gusha. If you got, I don't know if you have your gusha by you, if you can show
The
it.
gua sha. Yep. The gua
Guasha,
sha.
yeah, guasha, yeah,
Have to go get from the bathroom.
yeah. I've got one right over here. And let me go grab it real quick.
People know what a gua sha is. It's
No,
that
they don't. No,
the
they don't.
Chinese things. Even a brush, a lymphatic brush. Get a lymphatic brush, and apparently, when you do the brushing for your lymphatic system, apparently you want to always be brushing toward your heart and your your collarbone, because that is where the biggest that's where it all like channels out of and detox like comes out of your body. So you want to be airbrushing this way.
So
Body.
here's my fashion lymphatic tools that I have. I've got brushes, I'm sorry, rollers with different textures on them. I just
Mm-hmm.
roll. This is my thing. This is my habit. I've got different sizes. I even have a little tiny roller one. This is probably my favorite one because I can do my legs and under my armpits really good with this one. This is a
Mm-hmm.
really good
That's the
uh,
one I like for my face and.
yeah, a lot. But this one really it's a good one for the armpits and then to really work the back of the legs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So these are two, and then yes, there are fashion tools that you can get that they're crazy. I don't own one because they're all plastic and I really don't like to use plastic on me. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got a lot
okay.
of tools
Yeah, they got
for
a
all
lot of stuff.
that
Just get out
stuff.
there, research it. You'll see all kinds of cool stuff they have out there. I think fascia is kind of like becoming a fad in a way.
It
Um,
is.
yeah.
I think because it's like a new healing thing that is being offered to people, and
Well,
it's
because it wasn't a thing before. They did not
no,
recognize fascia. They did not recognize fascia 5 years ago. They did not. It's crazy.
it's so
Um,
crazy.
they called
It's
it, yeah, the medical terms they had on it was horrible. I did some research on that, but we're not going to have a time to get into that. We can do another segment on that one. But breath work, oxygen helps the fascia stay supplied, you guys. Okay. So breath work again, look at that. You do breath work, you're knocking out several different things that are, that help. Okay. Make sure you support your lymphatic system, but like Ann said, by dry brushing. Are you guys
Mhm.
seeing that? Rebounding, which is bouncing. Tell them about the bouncing, Ann, because I know you
Yeah.
bounce every day.
I bounce every single morning I wake up. I will bounce. I will jump up and down and I'll bounce. Like I said, especially up on your toes, because that's where you've got that fascia that's connected all the way up through your body, right up to your head. So bouncing around on those toes are like so good for your fascia, but even just bouncing around is really good to get your lymphatic system running first thing in the morning. So and flushing it out. Because like when you bounce, sometimes you can't even hold your bladder when you bounce, but that's what you want. You want to be flushing all that crap out of you and getting it all like moving. So, because your lymphatic system doesn't move on its own, we have to get the lymphatic system to move. So, and the lymphatic system is connected with the fascia. So it's really important to get that lymphatic system. And I know that because I have had so many health issues because of my stagnant lymphatic system, like really bad health issues. So I know how important it is to not have a stagnant lymphatic system for for your whole body. So jump up and down. That's a really, really good one. And jump up and down first thing in the morning when you wake up. I find is the best. Like it's even good for your mood. Just anything you're stressed about, it's going to kind of jump away and flush out of your body because you're jumping. Like it helps with your mood. It helps with everything, but physically definitely helps you. Jumping up and down. That's really important. I do that every single morning without fail. People probably think I look so funny. My family, like I'm just in the kitchen jumping up and down while I brush my teeth, cook my food. But
Hey, whatever.
fun.
Everyone that
I
with
don't
the
care.
family members that I've let back in my family, the number one I say to them, after I cut them off because of toxicity, my number one thing when we, if we're going to spend time together, you must support my spiritual practices. Don't question me what I'm doing unless you really, you really want to know. But,
Yeah.
but I can't be part of somebody's life or they can't be part of my life if they don't support what I do. So it's just the way it is. The boundaries, right? You got to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
Anyways, the lymphatics, to support the lymphatic system, nutrition, collagen rich foods, vitamin C, and antioxidants to support repair. Antioxidants are extremely important for the fascia, you guys. That's oxidative stress. Okay, the antioxidants help with oxidative stress. If you want to hear about me talk about oxidative stress, I have that on my live on my YouTube. That is, I think, 2 weeks ago on my Monday or my Tuesday morning live. Anyways, mind body connection, your emotions affect fascia, tension patterns. Again, another thing that your mood affects. Okay. So fascia isn't just connective tissue, it's your body's living intelligent web. It's electrical, it's responsive, and it's deeply connected to your physical and emotional state. When you care for your fascia, you just don't move better. You think clear, you feel lighter, and you tap into the electrical magical magic of your bodies had all along. Does that make sense? Did
Yeah,
that make
that's
sense?
what I
Okay.
mean. It's got its own intelligence. It because it
Yeah.
holds DNA, and what our DNA we're born with. So the DNA is supposed to just grow into whatever that body's DNA has structured for it and its memory and everything. But we go through life and we create a different kind of human inside of us through the different, traumas we take on, different accidents that happen. But the fascia holds memory for our DNA. So that's why I say it's like two
Yes.
different things sometimes. And what
Yep.
the fascia
Yep.
wants for our body isn't necessarily what we've created for our body at that time. So that's when
Yep.
people talk about when I see all this like, oh, you'll get your light body and all that kind of spiritual talk and stuff, and I'll be like, oh, what's your light body? How do we access our light body? I personally believe the light body it has something to do with the fascia.
It does. No, it has something to do with all of it. Getting the fascia, the lymph, the kidneys, all the organs, all the
Mm-hmm.
organs going. Your liver, your gallbladder, your uh all of it, all your skin,
Mm-hmm.
all your organs,
Mm-hmm.
getting all
Yeah.
of them flowing and in
Oh,
synchronicity with each other and getting these blocks out. That's light body. Light body is not the Pleiadians coming and activating your
no,
12th strain.
no,
That's bull crap. That's
no.
fake light. That is nonsense. You want this to happen? You got to do the work. You did
Yeah.
the damage. Now you got to do the work to fix it. And like I said, it's a system, and within a system which
Mm-hmm.
all has water,
Mm-hmm.
is
Exactly.
which works to the cellular level. When you detox those cells to the cellular level like I have, you start to tap into the light body.
Mhm.
I think. I'll let
I
you
do.
know. If I start
I think
levitating soon, we'll know. I'm just kidding. You
I've
okay?
tried that. I'm trying to like understand how do they do the levitating? I've done some strange things, but like how I want to
Because
levitate,
they're
but
so tapped in, because they know mind over body. They have activated their DNA and their cells to a higher level than where we're at. We're
hmm
so 3D. I just detoxed everything out of my cells and out of my body, you know what I mean, out of my tissues and stuff. So, and I continue to detox because I continue to get toxins thrown at me 24/7.
hmm
So, and most of these people who can do levitating and pick up things and, put them through their hand and walk through walls and do all these things, which we know people can do this because I've seen it,
hmm
are people, they're usually your monks.
hmm
They're the ones, they're pretty aware, they're pretty elevated, pretty high. And I don't think a negative thought ever comes in their head or whatsoever. I mean, they're not part of the matrix at all. Absolutely not. Um,
Nah,
nope. Um,
they've hit different levels.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's all a system. I mean, from the kidneys to the adrenaline to the lymph to the lymphatic, all of it, and all your organs, all the different organs, they're all connected. And when they're all talking to each other properly, and I believe it all starts with the cells. When the cells are communicating within the cell and the cells are communicating to each other, then they're communicating to the rest of the systems. You begin to release all of these knots, all of these blocks. And then the more you stretch, the more you practice. And I know this for a fact because I'm experiencing this right now. I was an avid runner. I ran most of my life. One of my kids were telling me the other night, they're like, Mom, how many miles do you think you ran? I'm like, I don't know. What do you think? And they're like, gosh, it had to have been millions. You ran every day, 5, 7 miles. I did. I competed. I trained. When I was training, I was running almost 10 miles a day, and I trained for about 10 years for competitions. So I'm not able to run anymore. So I've had to start really dig deep into my yoga and my Pilates, and I am doing things that I never thought I could do.
Mhm.
But there's some movements, though, I feel that are not good for me to do, and I won't do them, and I don't care to try to learn those movements because if the body's not supposed to go in that kind of a way, then I just don't believe in it. I'm like, no, I'm not going
No,
to force something that, yeah,
no, you should never force something.
yeah, mm-mm,
Never
no,
force anything. I think you have to like, when it comes to your fascia, you have to learn to like become one with it and understand it and glide with it and let it
glide
tell
with
you
it.
where.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hold that movement, even as uncomfortable as it is and as bad it hurts, because it hurts when it stretches. When you're stretching that fascia,
hmm
3 breaths, release,
hmm
and then next thing you know, I'm not kidding you. Within 2 or 3 weeks, I'm holding 10 breaths. And I'm
hmm
like, oh my God, I can barely hold 3 breaths 2 weeks ago on that movement. So, and it's hard. It's some of those movements. I mean, it's uncomfortable. Some of them are pretty
hmm
hard. I never thought I'd be able to touch my nose to my knees, go down and do, just
Yep. You do that?
yeah, I can touch my nose to my knees now. I never thought in a million years I'd ever be able to do that. I've never even
Mhm.
been able to touch the ground.
But
So,
that's you can retrain your fascia. Like I've seen
mhm,
people, I've seen video of like people who have like scoliosis, and they're full like doing stretches and stuff to create a different fascia inside them. There's this one guy that I watch sometimes, and he has like the worst scoliosis, but he's retraining and remodeling his body because of the fascia inside him to be different to how it's like formed throughout his life. So you can fully retrain. I know you can, because like with my leg coming out, and I mean with my pin coming out of my leg, my fascia has like I can feel it. It's like it's I can feel it throughout my body, and it's like all twisted inside, but it wants to like glide and be in this certain position, and it pulls I'll have pain there, and it wants it to like pull out from where it's been like restricted all my, throughout my life, and wants to like open up more, even just my lungs and stuff. Like they were so restricted, and like, whatever, my liver, whatever was going on in my gut, but it's full, like pulled down. Like they say, if your feet are like in pain, and there's tight fascia down there, it's going to pull down the rest of your body, and your whole body's going to be pulled down, because down there the fascia's tight and it pulls for the rest of the body. So like all the way up into your chest and your lungs, your diaphragm will like become tighter to breathe and stuff, because the whole fascia is being pulled down from there all the way to up here. So yeah, probably because I had a metal piece in my leg, but my whole fascia just like went a different way to what, like it wasn't healthy, and I'm having to like readjust it even into my lungs and open up my diaphragm so I can breathe easier, so I can speak easier, and it goes all the way up into my jaw. Like it's just the most amazing thing I've ever experienced, is the fascia and the
Yeah.
lymphatic system, and just how alive it is in my body.
And like you just said, if your feet hurt or if your hands hurt at the end of the day or when you first wake up, that is your fascia telling you something. That is your body telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my feet for sometimes I'm on my feet for 8 to 10 hours straight. Okay. And I'm kind of used to it because, I was a bartender for 29 years. And anyways, my feet will hurt at the end of the night sometimes, and I will get my oils out and my Moonlight magnesium spray, and I will spray them all over my feet, and I'll get the castor oil. Castor oil is my favorite because it pulls toxins out. You guys, that's one of my favorite oils to use. Put it on my feet, and I will take this. My husband, in fact, so it was laying on my bed today. Guy owned like 10 of these, and he pulls it and he's like, "What is this?" He saw it on my bed. I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I rub my feet with that every night."
Wash
And
up.
but it feels good. But it feels good
It
to
does, and it's good. It's so
uh-huh.
good for you, Washa.
Yeah, and it's not just moving my fascia, you guys, it's moving my lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is all over your body. I did a
Mhm.
2-hour show last Tuesday morning talking about the lymphatic system. So if you guys want to learn more about lymphatic system, I get real deep in there, and I actually show people on that video how to move your lymph node, how to move your lymphatic system, all your main trigger points from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your foot. I showed everyone how to use the tools, and yeah, I had my armpit up in the screen and everything. So if you're curious on how to do that, well, I actually I had about 8 listeners that day that were listening that morning. I think it was last Tuesday. And one of them, she was like, "No, keep going. You're like, I'm learning a lot." So I kept going, and I'm like, whatever,
It's so
whatever.
good, but it's just
Hmm.
so good. Like I watch like hours and hours and hours of like fascia clips and lymphatic clips, and I
Hmm.
have learned so much because of what's going on in my body when I hear it, and it's like what they're saying is exactly what's going on in my body, and it's like all these little tips: do this, do that, massage there to help it, and I've done all of them, and they've all worked. So it's like it really does work when do those massages, and you're cleaning up your diet, and you're having better minerals in your body, and it really does work for getting that lymphatic system flow. Your fascia starts to flow better, and not hurt my body doesn't hurt nearly as much. I don't take any medication, and I'm functioning, and I can get up and do my exercises, and my whole health is so much better. But I have done all those types of things, the fascia massages, the lymphatic massages. So they definitely work, and are
Yeah.
very beneficial for us.
Another really good thing I like is the Tai Chi and Qigong, because
Mm-hmm.
they really work on the fascia a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all kinds of videos on Tai Chi and Qigong on YouTube. I mean, literally, and it's not about massaging it like it's a muscle. You massage it like it's something delicate. The more delicate your moves are and in the pressure points, that's all it takes. It just takes just a couple brushes, just a couple brushes, just a couple swirls right here, just to get things moving. It's not something that you literally have to spend hours doing a day, like meditating. You don't. You really don't.
Mm-mm. And eating healthy, like what you put
Yeah.
into your body is all going to affect, all going to have.
Oh, such a game changer when you have a clean diet.
Mhm.
I've had a clean diet for quite some time. I was a runner. I've always been pretty much into health food. I've been a vegetarian now. I think, geez, how long have I been a vegetarian now for? I don't know. I lost count. I think I'm going on 8 years of being a full-on vegetarian. I stopped eating red meat like 12 years ago, so I've been off of red meat for quite some time. I did have chicken and fish every now and then I cut that out um, in my life about 7 or 8 years ago. But I do have fish once in a while. If I'm craving some kind of a meat, or my body will let me know that I need something, and I will go get me a real nice, fillet of fish, and I'll cook that and I'll eat that. But Ann and I don't starve, you guys. We don't starve. We eat and we eat really good food that nourishes our body and makes us feel good. And
Mhm.
it tastes good to us. It's good stuff.
Yes. And it's
It
nutrition
is.
for the
It is
most part for
nutritious.
me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very
Just
aware of the nutrition. I try to be
yeah.
more. Mhm.
Read those labels. Note, get off the sugar, get off the alcohol. Again, get off the alcohol, get off the sugar and the preservatives. You do those three things, and right there, you'll want more. You want to feel better. You want to feel good all the time. So
Mhm.
you just want to keep like
Hopefully.
it. Yeah,
Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if people are their own worst enemy. Like they feel
they
good, but
are.
then they get bored. Oh, I just want to go back to that. Like, and then they go back, and that it's like a loop.
They
We're
are
very
their own worst. They
yeah.
are their own worst enemy, and they get in their way. We're always getting in our own way all the time.
Yes. It's usually
And
our ego that takes us there.
it does take a lot of discipline. It really does. That's why, it's hard for me to just, to hang out with just anybody because I just don't do what anybody does. I won't.
Mhm,
I won't really go into a restaurant. I don't want to do that.
mhm, mhm.
But hey, let's go to the farmer's market. Let's go pick up, or let's go in my garden. Let's go pick some stuff and let's go cook up and have some fun. That's what I like to do. But
I know what you mean.
yeah, that's my thing. It's hobbies. Growing your own food is a hobby. And
Oh, and it tastes so much better. I love eating food that I've cooked because I know what's gone into them. I like I show like this weekend my partner was back for a while, so like he's like, "Oh, let's go out for dinner." And like just thinking about it was like stressing me out. Like I ended up just having a grilled fish. So I'm like at least like hopefully there's not as many oils and it's pretty plain. But I just think about the oils that they cook it in, the salts that they use, what hidden sugars are in it, and I just stress out because I
MSG,
yeah.
MSG.
Oils are my biggest one, just dirty. I just know that there is no restaurant around that is worried about what oils they're using for their customers. They're going to use the cheapest, crappiest oil that cooks the food that they can get in bulk. And I just know it. And I just
Well,
know
you
how
know
bad
it because you're
they
in
are.
the industry. You're in
I
the
know.
industry. You see it.
I see it with my own two eyes. So, yeah, I don't like the idea of like going out to eat as much anymore because just it's so much better when you make it yourself, and then if you can like grow it and it's stuff from your own garden, oh my god, that's like my new earth for me to experience new earth. I want to be eating from my own garden and cooking my own food. Like that's just magical when you can eat um your own vegetables and herbs and stuff because you just know that what it's been growing in, you know that there's no chemicals. It hasn't been sprayed with crap. Like it hasn't been mass produced. It's come from a real seed, or so.
There's nothing better than going into the garden and saying, "Oh, what am I gonna have for dinner? Oh, okay, this, and this. I'll make this
He's
for dinner."
lucky.
And then I grow my own mushrooms too, so I have my meat source. And then I go to the farmer's market to get my goat's milk and whatever I need. And that's just my life. And it's funny. I got my husband, he's all about going to the farmer's market now. He's
Oh,
so funny. Oh, he's
oh,
all
that's
into, he even bought me a refrigerator cooler.
oh no way. That's so cool.
It's really
I
cool.
like
Yeah.
that he likes going to the farmer's market. That's
He
good.
does. He likes it. I thought it was so cute when he goes, "I just love it when they say was picked this morning," or "We got it this," because we get our eggs there a lot, or when it says, "Yep, we just got them this morning." And then when I went to go get some fresh garlic, because they had the roots and everything were on the garlic balls.
Mhm.
And the lady was like, "Yeah, I just picked it this morning." He loves it when they say
He
that. He's like,
loves that.
"It's like the best thing ever to hear them say that."
Oh my God, that's so awesome. I love when people get excited about those kind of things, because that's what I get. I get excited about like the stuff like that. Like so excited. So that I love that's so cute
Yeah.
that he gets excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll
Uh,
be like, "Oh, you can put a garden over on this side. You can put a garden over here." So,
I love it. It's so good.
I know. It's
Victor's
really it's fun when they get interested in your hobbies. And
I
I mean,
know. And then they take it and then they want like they just get all obsessed with it and got to get food from the best. Like I love when men get into that. Like I find it so attractive. A guy that
it
just
is
like
so attractive, isn't
likes
it? It's
all
like,
those.
wow, look at you.
Yes.
You care about what's going in your body now? So
Yeah.
when you start,
Excited
yeah, I
about
mean,
fresh food.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot better than cutting them off.
I know it's awesome. Like I drink fresh celery juice every morning, and my
Uh-huh.
boyfriend works away, but he comes back and he'll be like, "Where's my celery juice?" Like I come home to have celery juice first thing in the morning. I need my celery juice.
That
I
is so
love it.
awesome. That
I
is great.
know. Good for their
I
health.
gotta get on
Anything
that.
that what's that?
I gotta get into that, doing the celery juice.
I love it, and I like it when people around me are healthy with me, because I love health. I just love anything. Like I've become like autistic in that way. Like if it's a food that isn't good for in this way, and I'm just everything like rice is very makes your body acidic, and it's not very good for you because you want your body to be alkalized. So I monitor how much rice I eat because I don't want my body to be too acidic. And if people go, "Oh, rice," I'll be like, "Oh, rice is acidic to your body." And I'm just always saying these facts. Like I must be like such a Debbie Downer because I'm always like, "Oh, that food does that. Oh, but that food does that." You gotta be careful. Like people must get so annoyed with me.
I just say I won't eat that because it has
I say it like factually. Like so they were
yeah.
talking about nuts the other day. Oh, you can't eat too many peanuts because peanuts make you fat because the oil. Like they just want to enjoy their nuts. I'm there like,
Like, just shut up. And those people they'll gravitate away from you. I have those family members that don't, they're like, it's clear. Like I could be talking to them and they'll be like this.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
sick of listening to you.
They're not, yeah, they go straight to their phone when I walk in the room. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I get your message, but mine is the whole meat thing. I'm just like, no, I don't eat my friends. Nope. No, I won't eat
Oh,
another soul. I'm not gonna eat any more souls. Nope, ain't happening.
oh, that's sad when you think of it that way. I don't eat lamb. I don't eat pork. I eat
It's
chicken.
true.
I eat meat, but I'm not a lot. But Victor,
I
yeah,
have to dip.
your fascia could be very dry. To answer that, he's saying
Oh,
he's what's wrong with playing his guitar. You could have dry fascia. Massage it. Massage where it hurts. Massage where you feel something, and like
mhm.
move it around and try and get the fluid around that wherever it's pain. to like move, to not
Yeah,
be
just
stagnant.
even just going like this with your fingers. And plus,
Mhm.
he's doing a lot of detoxing. Victor, you're doing a lot of detoxing right now because you're getting off the preservatives and the sugars. You're only a couple weeks into this, so you're going to have a lot of funny pains.
Mhm.
But okay, you guys, our time is up. It's
It is.
7:27. So we better get going. I totally lost track of time. But okay, we'll be back here again next Monday and Ann's Tuesday.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I will leave you guys with my commercial really quick. One more time.
Sure, I smoked weed when I was young. It was how we rebelled against the man, and it was fun. Then life changed. Family, responsibilities, and breaking the law didn't seem like such a good idea. Well, now it's legal. The medical benefits are widely known, but it's all mass produced. Just not my style. Then I discovered Elevated by Claudine. Elevated by Claudine, a locally owned, female owned alternative medicine practitioner in the Union Crossing Shopping Center in Glendale. Elevated by Claudine is 100% unique, a CBD, mushroom, and plant medicine store on a mission. Everything is locally sourced and ethically made, where everything you purchase promotes holistic wellness. I've come to trust Elevated by Claudine as I travel my spiritual and wellness journey with the help of plant medicine, custom made just for me. Get the whole story at Elevated by Claudine, spelled CLAUDENE.com.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products. Please use these products responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Bye, guys.
Bye.